John F. Kerry was never in Vietnam.
You know, John Kerry pissed a lot of us Shriners off when he talked about his so-called Vietnam service.
I watched Good Morning Vietnam, Platoon, Delta Force, Deer Hunter. You know, Kerry wasn't in any of them. No matter how many times I paused it or where I paused it, I didn't see Kerry once in any of them. And I started thinking, was Kerry even in Vietnam?
People in the press are saying George Bush didn't serve in Vietnam. Well, that's a complete and utter lie.
George W. Bush took it upon himself to rent a helicopter and fly to Vietnam.
Chuck Norris in Delta Force 1, 2, and 3 keeps going back and kicking ass. John Kerry's like, I voted for education. That doesn't sound to me like someone who's kicking ass. That sounds like someone who wants to fix the schools.
The majority of time John F. Kerry spent in Vietnam was not captaining a swift boat, but was captaining a pleasure yacht, a 16-foot starcraft cruising around the ocean there in the Tonkin Gulf, playing loud music, drinking the finest champagne. Most of Kerry's Vietnam service was on that boat, not on the swift boat.
John Kerry had almost unlimited supply of beaver pelts, gum, candy, cars, and he would trade with the Viet Cong openly. And I remember his Sarge, I was told his Sarge once, I saw a thing, I bet his Sarge was like, no, and I bet John Kerry was like, well, I'm gonna, and you can't stop me because of my influence.
There are documents inside the CIA that prove that George Bush arrived in Vietnam in 1975 and was there until 1981. Probably the hardest years of the war because there were fewer soldiers backing him up. Running around Vietnam, winning the peace, helping people set up, shoe repair shops, how to take guns and throw them out. Like, people didn't know how to throw out guns. George Bush was over there teaching them how to do that.
George W. Bush gave his life in Vietnam. He died there. And his body was shipped back in a C-14 transport plane to Bethesda, Maryland. And when they brought his casket out on the tarmac, they heard a knocking. And it was coming from inside the casket. He was alive.
Sponsored by Sons of People Who Know Karl Rove for Truth.